In this episode of the vlog, I want to thank one of my heroes, one of my mentors, and a guy I barely met. So you might be wondering, who's my mentor, who's my hero, and who's the guy I barely met? His name is Gary Vaynerchuk. You've likely heard of him, maybe you've heard of him as Gary Vee. Gary, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being my mentor. Thank you for being my hero. Thank you for the things that you have shared, as you have learned along the way, as you put in so much hustle in building Wine Library TV and writing Crush It. Crush It changed my life. As I read your book, I learned so much and it inspired me. You know what, last week you sent me flowers in the mail. Now, I know there was a connection to another company that sent me flowers in the mail, but I'm on your text thread and you said, anybody in New York, text me your address and I want to surprise and delight. And you know what, I was surprised and my wife was definitely delighted and I was grateful for the flowers. They were beautiful, so I appreciate you sending those. Gary, you have spoken so much into my professional life. Things I've learned is out of what you've done. I've helped to bring those learnings to churches and to nonprofits and to small businesses and organizations I've been able to consult with, and building my personal brand and helping a lot of other people building theirs. And so I want to say thank you. Gary, I want to thank you for being transparent. I want to thank you for being transparent in the work you've done and even your shortcomings and most of all in your successes. As you have learned those things, you could have hoarded those things, but instead you have been generous in giving those things away. I want to thank you for setting the example. I want to thank you for putting yourself out there and doing it yourself, not just saying things, but doing them, from learning first and learning the hard way and then sharing those thoughts. I want to thank you for going garage sale shopping and sharing that on camera, for podcasting and just letting things be raw and real. Thank you. I want to thank you for challenging everything, from challenging business and the way things are done, challenging education and the way education is done, for challenging laziness, for challenging entrepreneurs, and at the end of the day, challenging me. Your challenge has pulled so much out of me. Whether you knew what your challenges were doing, your challenges have been so effective in helping me become the leader that I am today. So thank you. Gary, I want to thank you for just bringing gold and giving gold. Now, Crush It was gold. Thank You Economy was gold. Your podcast is gold. Your articles are gold. What you post on LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook, it's gold. And it has been so beneficial to my life, and you've been generous in giving that away, because I know the $10 I paid for that is not nearly the return that in the value that you've given to me. And so thank you for those things. And Gary, I want to thank you for giving me your most valuable asset twice now, and that's your time. Now, they were short moments, but they were meaningful moments that were really inspirational to me. About 6 years ago, we did a 5-minute phone call. That 5-minute phone call was so helpful for me, and I was been able to share that with so many others as it was a recording. And then the other time is you were at a speaking event, and I was able to take a selfie with you and meet you briefly, and you were so kind and warm and generous in that moment. And so thank you for giving your time and being available and being generous with that. So Gary, all I have to say is thank you. I'm going to buy your books. I'm going to buy your wine. I'm going to buy your shoes. I'm going to give back to you. And at the end of the day, you're still giving to me in those things. But at the end of the day, I think the most valuable thing that I can give back to you is by saying thank you. Genuinely thank you. Thank you for all you've given, all the content you've created, the moments you've given. It has changed my life and changed my professional career, and my family now moved to New York City, not because of you, but because of the opportunities that I have gained through the things that I've learned from you and the things I get to do today in social media and marketing. So thank you so much for who you are and what you do and the value you bring to so many of us out there who are listening to you and following you and connecting with you. Thanks, Gary.